Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam yashala. Koholoyim la Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Chaha, Dash. Double honors to our apostles and to our elders, a great millstone who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us his beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the Akim and Akhwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. Shachanan the Waf. Just coming at you with another quick lesson. Pray that it's edifying by the Spirit. And just wanted to touch on this. I'm thinking this is an Edomite. It says, woman slips out of handcuffs and shoots AR-15 out of police vehicle. And the reason why I'm thinking it's an Edomite because of the way that it went down. You know, first off, you know, she don't look small enough where she can slip out of no cuffs. So they probably just gradually put them on her. You know, one thinking nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I want to get some of the video. I guess we can probably play it. And I don't. Hopefully they don't, you know, take it down or anything like that. But let's see. Of course, they probably going to play a commercial, so Salakia.
Tonight, an Oklahoma woman is in jail after she managed to slip out of her handcuffs in the back of a police car, obtain an AR-15, and opened fire on sheriff's deputies, according to local police. The shocking moments were captured on the car's internal camera and police body cams. On Friday, Grady County Sheriff's deputies performed a welfare check on a woman found crawling around someone's yard while barking, according to the charging documents filed in court. The woman identified herself as 36-year-old Rachel Zion Clay. Police handcuffed her and placed her in protective custody in the back of a police car, according to the court documents. But while deputies were outside the car taking statements from civilians nearby, Clay managed to slip out of her cuffs and access a console in the front seat labeled gun, the undersheriff said in an interview. They say she was then able to load a round into the chamber and fire outside the vehicle. Body camera footage released by police show moments shots rang out. Confusion as deputies try to figure out what just happened.
Lady, I'm hit right here.
One civilian receiving a wound to the chest. He's later taken to the hospital, according to NBC affiliate KFOR, while the sheriff's deputy is only grazed by the bullet. As the deputies and the wounded bystander take cover and call for backup, more shots ring out.
Got a civilian hit. What the heck?
Law enforcement expert Cheryl Dorsey weighing in on the incident.
Sometimes women are smaller frame and they have the ability to slip their hands through the cuff, even though the cuff may itself be locked.
With the arrival of backup begins an hour.
No, that lady didn't look that small like that. I'm thinking they just, you know, they thinking she probably just, you know, little loony or whatever. She's up,
smaller frame and they have the ability to slip their hands through the cuff, even though the cuff may itself be locked.
With the arrival of backup begins an hours-long standoff as Clay barricades herself in the police car.
They just didn't treat her like the threat like they would treat a so-called black woman. Salakia.
To slip their hands through the cuff, even though the cuff may itself be locked.
With the arrival of backup begins an hours-long standoff as Clay barricades herself in the police car, refusing to emerge. After 3.5 hours of negotiations with police and the deployment of an armored breaching vehicle,
See, this is what makes me think that this is an Edomite, right? Because had that been a so-called black woman with a fucking gun.
Sometimes women are smaller frame and they have the ability to slip their hands through the.
I don't know, Salakia, they kind of, we get the point. I don't want to go too far into it, but this is why, you know, you got to, you know, kind of go in the spirit, man, and because Edomites are treated far differently than Israelites. You Israelites would have, hey, that had been a so-called black woman, they weren't gonna do no 3-hour standoff with a so-called black woman. They'd just took that cruiser as a loss, because the lady didn't already shot out the damn window. They would have riddled that truck up with bullets, man. They'd have riddled that junk with bullets. They'd have threw a flashbang, whatever in that boy, man. Probably would have threw a damn grenade underneath it. You see what I'm saying? But see. And then this so-called black lady right here, she goes off into, well, no, it doesn't matter how long it takes, as long as it saves a life. Look, Jake out here getting shot down with nothing in his hands, man, with his goddamn hands up. You see? And they taking these so-called white people alive every time they doing some weirdo shit. Motherfuckers shooting up schools and shooting up supermarkets, shooting up parades, shooting up churches, man, and coming out unscathed. This is how I know that this is more than likely an Edomite right here. Let me just grab a quick scripture real fast. Because, see, we're under the curses of Deuteronomy chapter 28. I'm willing to bet you had that been a so-called black woman. Matter of fact, a so-called black woman wouldn't even thought of even doing no shit like that. But see, I'm willing to bet you they was like, okay, she's out here walking around on her hands and knees. She's barking like a dog. She's, she's not a threat. We're just going to, just put the handcuffs on her a little bit and, just situate the situation. And she done slipped out of the damn handcuffs because you didn't feel as if she was a threat like that. And that's what happened, more than likely. Let's get, what do we want here? Let's get Psalm 73. Haven't been in this one in a minute. We'll start from verse 3. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. See, these people, man, they're wicked as hell, but they prosper. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. Verse 5 is the point. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. They're not in trouble like how we are. I'm willing to bet you, had that been a so-called black woman or black man or whatever the case may be, they threw the cuffs on tight. And how the hell she get access to a damn gun? But that's how I'm willing to bet you this is an Edomite, and they took her lightly. Oh, she's just a frail little white woman. Let's just take it easy. We'll just take a statement or two from the witnesses or the neighbors or whatever, and we'll just take her to the mental institute, let them evaluate her and all this other crap. This bitch done got out of the handcuffs, then got her hands on an AR, and she done shot the damn. She shot 2 people. You see? All because they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Now you got a goddamn 3-hour standoff. You got a 3-hour standoff. You are not about to tell me Jake with a gun, man, Jake be running, man. And getting splattered in his back. Ass cheeks. He getting shot all in his legs. Here you go. You got a bitch with an AR shooting out of a police cruiser. And you have a 3-hour standoff with the lady. It's incredible. That's how I know this is Edomite action. It got written all over it. Let's see what else though. But that's pretty much it though, man. I'm not gonna keep this long. Matter of fact, this is crazy. Let's see what else they're saying, if it'll play again. If not.
Hands through the cuff, even though the cuff may itself be locked.
With the arrival of backup begins an hours-long standoff as Clay barricades herself in the police car, refusing to emerge. After 3.5 hours of negotiations with police and the deployment of an armored breaching vehicle, the woman finally surrenders.
If it means saving a life, you take as much time as you need in order.
You see how fat that goddamn lady is? That lady is morbidly obese. She ain't just slip her hands out of no handcuffs. She's not that tiny. Those things.
With the arrival of backup begins an hours-long standoff as Clay barricades herself in the police car, refusing to emerge. After 3.5 hours of negotiations with police and the deployment of an armored breaching vehicle, the woman finally surrenders.
If it means saving a life, you take as much time as you need in order to bring this tactical situation to a successful conclusion.
Court documents from her arraignment on Monday include notes she allegedly managed to write while barricaded, revealing her disturbed state of mind. Efforts to reach Clay were unsuccessful, and she was not represented by an attorney at her initial court appearance.
It was a compilation of errors. I get that you want to have easy access to a AR-15, but not when you have a suspect in your vehicle. Another officer could have and should have been monitoring visually the suspect who was seated behind the car.
Clay was charged with 3 counts of shooting with intent to kill, and according to court documents, is currently being held on $1 million bail.
All right, Maya Eaglin joins us now here in studio. So, Maya, is the Sheriff's Department going to do anything different now? Because obviously this...
She's being held on $1 million. Hey, man, that had been a Jake. She wouldn't have got no bond at all.
Smaller frame, and they have the ability.
Okay, but anyway, they keep going back to that. But I mean, it is what it is. Let me just get this back again. Verse 5. Psalm 73 and 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain. Violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish. See? Because I'm willing to bet you a 3-hour standoff with a person that's got an AR done already shot an officer and a civilian. No, that wouldn't have been going down like that with a so-called black person, man. They'd have shot that goddamn truck up. They just shot the car up and just would have just wrote that off on taxes, or well, not taxes. They getting tax money, or they'd have confiscated some nigga shit to replace it anyway. They wouldn't have cared nothing about that police cruiser, man. They'd have shot that shit up, man. Here you go. You got a 3-hour standoff with a person that's in a police vehicle with a police issued AR, man. Come on, man. If that don't have Edomites written all over it, that's a trait as to you know who these people are, man. Matter of fact, let me get Job 9 and 24. And that gun is the modern day sword, man. They were gifted with that sword. These officers are have some shit, man, that they can, man, we've seen videos of police officers, man, they'll take a damn house down, man, with the shit that they got. You got 30, 40 officers just shooting at a house, and next thing you know, the damn house just caved, man. And come on, man. Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? If this man is not the wicked, then who is, man? This man is the only man that he can fly a fucking drone over a foreign country and kill people and fly the drone back home or back to his base and get praised as a hero. They use their propaganda to say, look, hey, look at us. We're the heroes. We're killing these savages. But they're the biggest terrorists on the planet, man. This is incredible, though. This is really stunning, man. And then, they go up into what changes. They're going to make some changes, all right. They're going to start putting them goddamn handcuffs on a motherfucker tighter.
Law enforcement expert Cheryl Dorsey weighing in on the incident.
Sometimes women are smaller frame and they have the ability to slip their hands through the cuff, even though the cuff may itself be locked.
Now, I know y'all had to see how fat that damn woman was. They just didn't see her as a threat, man.
Begins an hours-long standoff as Clay barricades herself in the police car, refusing to emerge. After 3.5 hours of negotiations with police and the deployment of an armored breaching vehicle, the woman finally surrenders.
If it means saving a life, you take as much time as you need in order to bring this tactical situation to a successful conclusion.
Court documents from her arraignment on Monday include notes she allegedly managed to write while barricaded, revealing her disturbed state of mind. Efforts to reach Clay were unsuccessful, and she was not represented by an attorney at her initial court appearance.
It was a compilation of errors. I get that you want to have easy access to a AR-15, but not when you have a suspect in your vehicle. Another officer could have and should have been monitoring visually the suspect who was seated behind the car.
Clay was charged with 3 counts of shooting with intent to kill, and according to court documents, is currently being held on $1 million bail.
All right, Maya Eaglin joins us now here in studio. So Maya, is the sheriff's department going to do anything different now? Because obviously this woman seemed to get there pretty fast.
Right, so they're actually going to remove that console labeled gun, and they're going to find a new location for those extra weapons and also provide some additional training for their staff.
Yeah.
Good Samaritan. Your hospital is
Hey, but I know you had to see how big that lady was, man. That lady was fat as hell, man. Ain't no way she could have slipped out of no cuffs. Look, I've been in cuffs a few times. And when they clamp them bitches on you, man, it's the most excruciating pain around that wrist bone. For real, because they really made them boys to the point where it's really hard to move like that. So they didn't take this lady as a threat. And then again, too, when you really think about how Esau Edom get down, man, they're really trying to portray this public against civil servants, so to speak, with the FBI shit that went down, with Trump and the Mar-a-Lago crap. and these so-called white people are walking with their ARs and shit in front of these FBI buildings, and you know how they're online trying to push this propaganda that there's this threat against law enforcement. This right here could be a false flag, though. This could actually be just something for the news, you know what I'm saying? It says, see, we have these people out here, we got to do something about them. They're against law enforcement, and you know, because I can't really see. I mean, it could go either way, but Esau Edom is slippery like that. So you gotta kind of, you know, filter these stories when it comes to this guy, because they do stuff like this, and they'll use that. See, we got to get these guns out of. This is why civilians shouldn't have them. Well, shit. Supposedly she done got it out of your cruiser, but they couldn't have took this lady's threat. They couldn't have took her as a threat like that, man. And I'm willing to bet you they just slightly put the little handcuffs on her little, you know, she's just troubled right now. You ought to most definitely handcuff a motherfucker the tightest that you can without abusing them. If a motherfucker's out walking on their hands and knees and they barking like a dog, come on, man. But anyway, you get it. Well, you know, I just wanted to just touch on that, man, and the ease that Esau Edom have in his kingdom, because there ain't no way they would have let. I mean, hey, put it in the comment section if you think that these people would have allowed a so-called black woman to sit in a car for 3 hours with a goddamn AR shooting at them. Get the hell out of here, man. I really believe they'd have just went ahead and shot the cruiser up, just like they'll shoot your damn car up. Come on, man. Let's just be honest here. So with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Inshallah.